Patience and the law of attraction. How do we cultivate the patience to allow things to unfold at their own appointed hours? This is the subject for today's video podcast. I heard this other law of attraction, Neville Goddard coach, whatever, YouTuber, I don't know how he wants to call himself, Joseph Helen, really good. And he always says that every seed has its own appointed hour. So I think that's liberating to know, and maybe frustrating at the beginning, but I would see it in a more positive light. Because we all want things to happen yesterday, the month before, right? Close our eyes, we meditate, we do our techniques, our sets, our state akin to sleeps, our visualizations, our imaginal scenes, our scripting, our affirmations, our better feeling thought, etc. And we keep a strict mental diet, we stay positive even, we do everything that is right, we believe it can work, blah, 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 blah. But there's nothing really to accelerate what we want. Yes, we can affirm and change our belief system that everything comes with hardship and takes a long time. Yes, we can change this. And yes, to a certain extent, our manifestations will come easily, more readily. But there's still a time lag, so to speak, and the time lag, even when we're doing everything perfectly, is not for us to decide. The time between when we start impressing the subconscious mind with what we want, the vision of what we want, and when the seed is planted, don't forget, not the seed is planted, it means the seed has to grow. And it will come in ways that we cannot really fathom, because God's ways are greater than ours. The universe ways are greater than ours. So even the infinite intelligence, why we call it the infinite intelligence? Because it's an intelligence far smarter, far greater than our own intelligence. So we should not, that's why we never mess in the middle. We never mess with the how. We don't concern ourselves with the how and the when, because those two things are things we have no control over. We can tweak certain things, but more often than not, in the grand scheme of things, things will happen in their own time and the way it should happen, and in the faster way possible given your current situation. Don't forget this, given your current situation. If you have never been in a relationship and you want to manifest a specific person that is across the globe, that you have never met, that you have just seen on a magazine and stuff like this, I'm not saying it's not possible. But a bridge of incidents will have to unfold for you to be led to be with this person. It's just the way it is. There is a time lag and there's a bridge of incidents. It's instantaneously, once you feel it to be true inside of yourself, when you impress the subconscious mind, when you planted the seed, that's when the desire has been let go of. When you practice those techniques, you let go of the desire, the feeling of desire, and you feel as if you already are this person, and you persist in this as long as you don't have it in the 3D world. You persist in the 4D world, persisting that you already are this person, or you already are with this person, you already have what you want to have. You persist in the assumption that you have in the 4D, in the mind, in your imagination, until the 3D reflects the reality of your 4D, if it makes sense. But the time lag is the time lag. So that's why you need to have patience. And I will give you a few examples. I'll give you 3 examples about 3 examples that were quite popular, and they will be very inspirational and very helpful for you right now. The 3 examples are: first, Conor McGregor. The second is the rapper Russ. And the third one is Nipsey Hussle, the late Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul. Conor McGregor is now known far above and beyond the MMA fighting UFC world. People know him as a celebrity. He's rich, he's super famous. He's done everything he wanted to do and more, and he keeps on doing this. As I'm filming this video right now, he's about to fight tomorrow in Abu Dhabi against Dustin Poirier, for those of you who are UFC fans, MMA fans. So he's still going, he's still succeeding. When he was a teenager, he was influenced in a bad way by some of his peers. His sister, having love and compassion for him, gave him the movie The Secret. He watched The Secret when he was a teenager. I didn't find at what age he started watching The Secret, but I think it's pretty early on in his teenage years, because Conor is the same age as me, 32, 33. The Secret came out in 2006, and I read that he first watched it as a teenager. So I would guess between the ages of 16 to 20 maybe. Anyway, so he read The Secret very early on. Watched The Secret very early on in life. And he started practicing it with his then girlfriend, his now wife, Dee Devlin. They both loved The Secret so much and believed in it, and started practicing things like manifesting a car park space, manifesting like green lights and small things that we all like to play with when we start getting accustomed and more familiar with the law of attraction. Bear in mind, that was 10, 15 years ago for him. And he was talking early on in his teenage years of becoming celebrity, multimillionaire, a superstar in the UFC, etc., etc. But it didn't come instantaneously. When he started his first MMA fight, it was in 2018. And from 2018 until his UFC debut in 2013, he was living on welfare checks, and his girlfriend was supporting him because he was only training. He was barely making ends meet. They were barely making ends meet and living on welfare checks and the money that his wife, Dee Devlin, could make at that time. 5 long years, from March 2008, his first MMA fight, to his first UFC fight debut on April 2013, he was barely making ends meet. And I read yesterday that his coach said that in 2013, before his UFC debut, he was already considering changing his ways, changing his work, because he was struggling to make ends meet for 5 years. I'm talking about the greatest superstar the MMA world has ever seen, one of the most famous, richest sports stars of our generation, for 5 years until his debut. And his debut he was already famous, that's true. In 2013, when he faced his first debut, he had a lot of hype. He was not obviously as famous as he is now, but he was already pretty famous in 2013, even though he was living from paycheck to paycheck. He was in a lower tier MMA promotion called Cage Warrior that was specific to Europe, because he's from Ireland, Dublin, right? Dublin, Ireland, sorry. So anyway, so when he made his debut, he won his debut against, I forgot, Marcus Brimage or something like that, and he won a bonus check of 60,000, 50,000 And that was his first real money. And from 2013 up to his fight with Floyd Mayweather, his fame grew steadily and rapidly, and he made more and more money, obviously, until he fought Floyd Mayweather in 2017, where he made the big bucks, where he made $100 million, and his fame went to another level altogether. So it took him 5 years just to get to the UFC, and a couple more years to get to really being a superstar and making millions of dollars. So we're talking altogether 6, 7, 8 years in the making. So you have to understand things take time, but you always have to believe in it. And that's just Conor McGregor. Let me talk about the rapper Russ. The rapper Russ had been making music for 11 years, and he was also very adept at the law of attraction. His mother is self-help coach, a lifestyle self-help coach, from what I heard from him. And he was reading books like Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, not Think and Grow Rich, another book by Napoleon Hill, by the Magic Letter. No, that's another book. But anyway, books by Napoleon Hill and other books of this kind. So he was very well versed in the law of attraction and very familiar with the law of attraction, and of course, very good at practicing the law of attraction. He made 11 albums. He self-published 11 albums before he became famous. More than 11 years. And yes, his success came at an early age, but he started early as well, making music. And he said that every song he put out, and he became famous on SoundCloud, and he started making about, $100,000 on SoundCloud when he started posting. And he was making one song per week for a long time. And he said, and I quote, it's an 11-year overnight success. And now he's the famous rapper we all know. 11 years. Think about it. 11 years. That's a lot. And I'm going to talk about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, before he died, was a very, very famous rapper, right? Especially in America. When he started in the rap game, as he said, he was infatuated with Lauren London. For those of you who have watched Entourage, that's the girl Turtle gets with at one point in the 4th, 5th season maybe. And she's also the model in the video clip with Pharrell Williams fronting the girl with the green t-shirt. She's a very, very beautiful young woman. And she became his wife. And he said before he was famous and made a lot of money that he will get Lauren London. And that was the beginning. He was not famous. He had no connection. He was just starting. No money, no success. Lo and behold, I don't remember exactly how many years after, but maybe 2, 3, 4 years after, he got her. He got with her and he married her. So dreams do come true. But why I want to share this with you guys is because, you have no control. But it should give you solace and should give you some form of relief that you can rest assured that you are not doing anything wrong. You can keep on persisting. Don't work hard at it. It should be effortless when you do your techniques. And yes, obviously those were lofty goals. Conor McGregor wanted to become a superstar. Rapper Russ wanted to become a super rapper. And Nipsey Hussle wanted to get and marry one of the most beautiful, famous women out there. So obviously those are lofty goals. It makes sense that those goals would take a long time and it would take a certain amount of time to actually come to fruition. But regardless of your goals, small, big, or anywhere in between, it's okay. Don't forget that the goal of the techniques is feel like you already have it. So when you are frustrated, feel like you already have it. You should feel like you have it, the emotions. And once you feel like you have them, the rest will unfold in your 3D naturally without forcing anything. So I don't want you to watch this video and think, oh my God, am I going to wait 10 years too? Am I going to waste 5 years too? Not think about this. Don't think about the time. Feel as if you already have it and persist in this assumption. And let the rest unfold the way it should be. We all want things right now, but enjoy the journey the way it unfolds. And manifest smaller things too as well. Smaller things, bigger things, things in the middle. Things in the middle. Small things, medium things, big things. That's what I'm saying. And don't be so caught up in your greater goal is usually the one you have the most resistance. And once you have let go of this resistance over time with persistence in your assumption, yes, it will take some time. Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe it will take a week. Maybe it will take a year. Maybe it will take a decade. Don't worry about this. Just affirm that it will come easily and effortlessly and quickly. And it will come as quickly as it possibly can. So don't despair. Just take this as inspiration. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening to this video. My name is Sebastian. I'm a mindset meditation coach, manifestation coach as well. If you need my help, you can check the links in the description box below on my website. I know some of you will watch this on YouTube, on Instagram, or listen to this via podcast. Anyway, I'm available everywhere. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you very soon.